Hey, what's up? It's your boy, 24/7 here with 24/7 Fusion Media. And happy Tuesday to everybody. Thank y'all for being here. And I'd like to say what's up to my brother Low Spec. How's it going, brother? Like to say hi to the lovely Sherry. How you doing, Sherry? Hopefully you guys are doing well. Hopefully you guys have had a great day. And you know, wanted to keep my word when I said that I'll be back. And with that, I wanted to show you a few things that I didn't get to show you before. See if you guys wanted to see some different things that I've had for the last few years that I've never had a chance to show. So if you guys are up for it, I'm down to show you some autographs and some comics and all of that fun stuff that I haven't showed in a very long time. So what's up, Jace? Hey, how's it going, brother? Hopefully everything's good. Hmm. Long time no see, brother. I know, right? I'm all right, man. I'm hanging in there. I'm all right. I'm good, man. I'm you know been having my struggles like everybody else, but I'm thankful to be here. So I'm good. I'm good. Now tomorrow might be a different story, but for today, I'm all right, man. So thank you. Hopefully everything's been good with you. I miss y'all, man. Miss you, man, and a lot of what's up, socks. What's going on, brother? Yeah, you and Sherry, my brother Low Spec. What's up, Zax? What's going on, brother? Yeah, man. Shit, I missed y'all, man. Yeah, all kind of wonderful people here. So, 24. Hey, thank you, man. It's great to be able to do a live, man. So, very fortunate, very grateful, and it's time to get back to what was fun about being on YouTube, man. And that was, you know, showing off, talking about the things we love, sometimes taking a poke or a stab at the things that you know we feel some kind of way about. And for the rest of it, man, we just try to enjoy the time that we have here, with this experience, especially with y'all. And to be honest, man, fucking missed y'all, man. So it's like, at the same time, it's like sometimes I know with me, when I've taken my months off, sometimes it'd be a little longer than that. It'd be like health related problems, I'll be dealing with, along with, uh, money issues and stuff like that, just needing to work, gotta handle things in, a certain way. And at that time, it's like recording and doing videos or anything is not even possible. So, the thing is not giving up during hard times, even though you might have to slow or even stop doing what you love doing. And, when the time's right, things are a little bit better, you're able to, pick your head up from whatever problems you have and move forward. That's when you jump back in the game and let folks know that you're still around and you're still here, and you know, it's 5 years I've been here, so you know, yeah. Uh, just had to come back to what I loved about YouTube, and that was being here with y'all and talking about comics and pop culture and showing off different shit, that makes us all come to the table, when we do. So, a lot of the fun's been taken out of a lot of shit, and I miss that, you know, and more than that, I miss y'all. So I was like, fuck all that. It's time to come back home. So here I am. And what's up, Bruce? What's going on, man? Where's the super chat button with YouTube? Uh, Thank you, man. I'm not monetized or anything like that, man. So, you know, yeah, I gotta get the watch hours and all that fun stuff, man. But what's up, Classic? What's going on, brother? It's great to have you here, man. Yeah, man, I gotta build myself back up, man. But you know, I'm in it for the fight. The one thing I realized, I'll even tell y'all, within the last year of me being on YouTube, I put a lot of effort into doing videos a little bit differently. And then, then there were times that I didn't post any videos. And within that year, all the way to now, I've achieved 1,000 watch hours. So it made me think, what would happen if I quadruple the efforts? Would I get, you know, four times the, what I put into it? Would I get that in return, you know, four times, quadruple shits? Would that happen? And I don't know. I'm aiming to find out. So, it made me hopeful. And I'm just thankful to be here. So, man, time for a playlist. Watch our drive. I agree, man. I'll work on that. My boy Zax, what's up? My brother Loki, what's up, man? My boy Stone Loki, man. I love you, brother. I miss you, man. And actually, I got something for you, bro. So hopefully, I get to see you in the next week or two or three. I need to talk to you, but I have something for you. So I look forward to seeing you, and I think you'll like it. So yeah, but fuck yeah, man. It's good to see you, my brother. Fucking living. I love you, man. Miss you, man. Yeah, man. Skull, man. Says I'm gonna share some of your playlists out, so some of our friends have a spare tablet and they can turn this up a few digits. I appreciate that. Thank you. I tell you what, I've been streaming to Rumble and YouTube since November. Got a payout on Rumble, almost the first payout on YouTube. Wow. In low spec, man, like I was saying, bro, I'm so proud of you, man. You're really doing that, man. You're really doing it, man. Say, come to retro with me and Nick. I'd love to, man. I'll let it come to retro with y'all, man. Now, you're on for that, man. You're on. So let me know, man, and we can definitely would love to be there with you, man. So let's do it, man. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, man. Rumble treats you better. Well, you know what? And I'm gonna take your advice on that too, low spec. I'm gonna jump on Rumble and see what's going on with that. I'm gonna definitely do that, man. And thank you, Bruce. Appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all, man. Love you guys, man. You guys are fucking awesome. Rough girl, what's going on, sweetie? How you doing? Back on, guys. Yeah, back on. And I'll let me some time. If you can, you know, DM me, hit me up. But I show missed you, rough. So that's what's up. Yep, a long time, man. Yeah, surely miss you, rough. So yeah, man, this is great. This Rumble better for you. We'll see. I'll definitely give it a go over on. I'll definitely give it a go over on Rumble. So what's going on here? All right, there we go. That's what's up. Still looking good as ever, bro. I appreciate you, man. Yeah. You know what, man? It's funny, man. I've been watching videos about people talking about multi-streaming and everything else. Yeah, I think it's time to do that. I need to figure out how to link up all the social media accounts and just let it all rip all at once. So I need to figure it out. I got some homework to do. So your girl's been busy. Well, hopefully we'll get a chance to talk, rough. So and hopefully everything's been good with you and you monetize right away or very quickly. Might need a minimum of amount of followers. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna give it a go, man. You definitely got me convinced, bro. So I'm definitely gonna get at a shot. So real quick, if you guys are interested, would you like to see some comics, or would you like to see some autographs? That's what I got here in front of me for now. Oh yeah, yeah. So let me know if I got a few things I think you guys might want to see. Both. All right. I'll tell you what. I guess I'll start with this thing. This is an autograph of Aaron Gray. Yeah, you can tell. Yeah, it's real because you can see that marker hitting right off of the photo. So yeah, yeah, beautiful picture. Yeah, nice autograph. It's like I don't know, like hell, it's not even a 5 by 7, honestly, but still, still a cool picture though. Yeah, Wilma Deering from Buck Rogers, love Buck. Nah, I need to get a Gil Gerard, so I need to get Buck Rogers himself along with Tweaky. So now this one here is the skull. There you go. Now you guys are really gonna skull over this one. Now this is some real cool shit right here. picture of Barbara Eden. Like I said, you can yeah, you can see the yeah, Barbara Eden Genie. So there you go. Yeah, boy, Genie, man. Now, if you're into autographs and shit like that, this is this was the answer to Bewitched. So when Bewitched was out, forgot what channel it was on, but rival channel was like, yo, we need to make something that can take on Bewitched. Boom, there was I Dream of Genie. So this became the answer to Bewitched. But man, Barbara Eden, yeah, cool chick, beautiful woman, all the way even to now. Shit, I know she's a lot older, but for her age, she carries herself, pretty well. So, but man, yeah, love Jeannie. So, that's two right there. Let me see. Now I got something from, I would have to say, like, from my childhood. So, let's see. Now this, now here we go. Now this is the autograph of Falcor, the Lug Dragon, voiced by Alan Oppenheimer. Now, Alan Oppenheimer is also the voice of Skeletor for the original He-Man cartoon back when we were kids. And he's also the voice of Falcor. And he also played um, in the $6 Million Man. He had the doctor that helped put the bionics in his body, Dr. Rudy some shit. And there was probably like about three dudes that ever played that role in the $6 Million Man, and that's the role of the doctor. Uh, and Alan Oppenheimer was one of those gentlemen, that one of the Rudies that put the bionics in the $6 Million Man. So he was one of the actors that played that role of that doctor during the run of the $6 Million Man. So that's Alan Oppenheimer, the voice of Falcor, the voice of Skeletor. So it was on NBC. I thank you, Sherry, for letting us know about I Dream of Genie. Yeah, there you go. I know I couldn't come to me because I ain't gonna lie, NBC, CBS, and ABC. Sometimes what shows went on which channels, or those channels, I get them mixed up. So, but yeah. So Alan Oppenheimer. I figured that was cool. It wasn't expensive. The expensive Alan Oppenheimer autographs are when he autographs Skeletor, and those can be quite a bit. No shit. So yeah. Um. So. Uh, ah. Now I think you guys will appreciate this. Now this is my Transformers autographs right here. And you'll see what I mean right now. All right. So this is the autograph of the voice actress that plays RC, the original RC from Transformers the movie and so on. Her name is Susan Blue. And when I saw this, yeah, I had to get this. But this is Susan Blue RC autograph, and you may or may not find a lot of them. You know, she's done a lot of voice acting and things like that, but from what I've seen, she hasn't autographed a whole lot of things as RC or for RC. So yeah, this is Susan Blue. So in case you guys were a fan of RC from Transformers the movie and everything else, here we go. So yeah. Now, you guys know who this is? This is the gentleman that used to do the Micro Machines commercials. If you guys remember the Micro Machines, at one point he was the fastest talking dude on in the world. Held the Guinness Book World of Records for a few years, and if I'm not mistaken, he held it until Tongue Twister took it. If I'm not mistaken, but he's also the voice of Blur, and that's his autograph right here. Yeah, the kid in Never Ending Story, Noah Hathaway. Yeah, same kid that played Boxy. Yeah, yeah, he was a Treyu. Yeah, you sure right about that. Yep, that's epic. So, yeah, he had the world record for speed talking. Yeah, I remember him. Yeah, that's how he looks like now, though. I mean, you know, but you can still see that it's him. And I bet you he might, I don't know if he's still as fast, but I bet you he still got some speed on him because that's his thing. Oh, what's up, Vigilante? What's going on, brother? Man, hey, it's great to see you, man. There you go. Yeah, just showing you know, the gentleman from the Micro Machines commercials that he's the voice of Blur, got his autograph. And yeah, matter of fact, he autographed that and he autographed this. Like I don't know if you can see it, it's here in red, but he autographed this also. You can kind of see it going across like Ultra Magnus's leg. You can see like it's kind of reddish or whatever. That's his autograph as well. So I got two from him. So it's cool that the Micro Machines guy autographed this. Yeah. So I got two from him, and then this is autographed by the voice actor that originally plays Perceptor for the Transformers the original series. I thought that that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's my little Transformers collection. I plan to hopefully at some point, not now, but later on in the future, autographs will always be available. So it's not nothing I need to get. I don't need to get anything right now, but eventually gonna have to get, Optimus Prime, Megatron. I'm gonna have to work on getting some of these characters. So that's definitely something that I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to do that. So let me go ahead and switch gears real quick. Um, Now, this is something that when I seen it for the price that I saw it for, I knew I had to get it. It was very cheap, and you wouldn't even believe what cheap is. You know, I'm looking at shit right now. Right now, it's crazy. I'm gonna be honest. Believe it or not, a lot of things have went back to kind of like pandemic prices. Believe it or not, the way shit's been last few years, nothing's really changed. Not getting political, no shit. I'm just saying with prices of stuff at this point, people are starting to sell this shit off very cheap. So with that, that's why I was. If I would have told you how much I paid for a lot of this shit, you wouldn't even believe it. And I just can't afford to throw a shitload of money like that at a lot of stuff. So man, so I remember all of our heroes when we were kids. If they aren't laying in the box, they're all wrinkled and gray. It's heartbreaking how time literally steals everything and everyone from us. Yeah, bro. Yeah, that's true, man. That's true. But the good thing is, you know, they left a lot of great things behind to be remembered by. So, as long as we're still checking for it, you know, they'll always, you know, they'll always be around. So, yeah, damn, yeah, bro, that's amazing. Yeah. So, I want to show this off. Now, this is an autographed picture of Kirk Allen. For you guys who doesn't know who Kirk Allen is, Kirk Allen is the first guy to ever become Superman in live action. Before, Chris Parise, before everybody that we know that's current, before George, this guy's the first and autographed. So this is an autograph Kirk Allen Superman. And you guys can look it up. He was the Superman for the first serials that were ever made for Superman in black and white. We talking what, like the 30s, 40s, something like that. The first Superman ever. And this is autograph right here. So this is an original Kirk Allen Superman, the first guy that this is the first actor that ever donned the suit ever. And he had a lady that played Lois Lane with him. And uh, the guy that was actually Jimmy Olsen was one of the Little Rascals. And if I'm not mistaken, I think he was Butch from the Little Rascals. End up being Jimmy Olsen for this Superman during the first serials ever made. And when after he stopped being Superman, George stepped in, and the lady that was Lois Lane with him ended up being Lois Lane with George as well. So that ended up being the same actress. So yeah, so this is, like I say, this is an autograph of the original actor, and if he passed away back in the 90s. So yeah, Kirk Allen, the first Superman. So yeah, some cool shit right there. So along with that, back in the day, if any of y'all DC fans and you ever heard of the Blackhawks, he also played Blackhawk for DC Comics. And he autographed this also. And these were serials back then as well. So there was, to believe it or not, there was a lot of superhero serials back in the day. They had Captain Marvel, Shazam, Kirk Allen, Superman, Kirk Allen, Black Hawk. They had Batman. Who else they had? Captain America, and all these like in black and white, of course. But trust me, no, and then of course you had like the Pope heroes, you had like the Phantom and shit like that. There was a lot of shit going on back then. There was a lot of superhero stuff out there. So, and the Blackhawks, they still show the Blackhawks like in fucking like DC animated movies and shit like that. You know, not so much in the comic books anymore, but they still serve their purpose. And they do have some kick-ass World War II uh comics, which if you look in the right place, you can get them at a decent price. So the condition would be what you'd have to worry about, but it's out there. And then this is just this is another one that he autographed. And this is another Kirk Allen. This is him doing like they were like doing like their cops, movies, like Untouchables and fighting the mob, FBI, of course, federal agents and but yeah, starring Kirk Allen. Yep, look at that. Federal agents versus Underworld Incorporated. Ain't that some shit? Gangster, straight gangster, mob flick, huh? But yeah, I ended up those were three separate pieces. But it was one dude that was selling it, and like again, if it wouldn't have been me, it would have been somebody else. But I scooped this shit up for nothing, and I was like, I'd be a fool just to fucking leave it behind. It's sitting there. It was talking to me, so I came. I had to go ahead and get it, but I figured that's fucking awesome. That's some cool shit. Fucking little piece of history. Black Hawks, Superman, the first Superman actually. Can't beat it, man. Yeah, they had no budget, so all the fight scenes were animated. Yeah, I mean, shit. I tell you what, back in the late 40s, at that point, how old was Hollywood? So of course a lot of shit was, it all looks, a lot of it's animated compared to how things are now. But of course Hollywood had to evolve from what it was to what it is. But yeah, man, it's some cool shit, man. Like I say, it's just nice to have some cool shit, some different shit. Uh, some things that you never really get to see, and it's next I got to work on getting George and Christopher. I gotta get those two Supermans. I got to, man. I got to, man. Not now, but at some point. At some point, it's got to happen. Um, yeah, it's got to happen. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all the comic book real quick. See what y'all think about this. Yeah, man. Thank y'all for being here, sharing this time with me. Figured I'd come on for about an hour or so. Say what's up. Come kick it with y'all like I used to, and so I was like, yeah, let's do this shit, man. Now, this comic book is fucking flawless. Like no cracks, no bends, no nothing like that. This is the first appearance of the new Teen Titans. First appearance of Cyborg, Starfire, and Raven. So DC Comics presents issue number 26. Is a if you enjoy the Teen Titans, if you like Cyborg, Starfire, Raven, and you like the new that iteration of the Teen Titans, this is their first appearance. And shit, when I got it for like what, $20, and that's for this comic book. That's unheard of. But I had to do it, man, because if not, I would have been paying. If I really, really wanted it, I would be at whoever's mercy. In this comic book's easily over $100, man. Yeah, you might find it for 70, 80, $90. What condition is it going to be? You definitely ain't going to find it like this. You're not going to find it like, and you can see there's no cracks, no nothing. So that's why it's in a certain plastic backboard and the whole nine. This very key issue, man. So anybody that's a collector, you love the Teen Titans, this is definitely a must-have. The first appearance of the Teen Titans, man. So, like I say, for $20, you ain't gonna find. You can look that shit up right now. You ain't gonna see it for $20. And if it is, it's in dog shit condition. Just being honest. So, Muhammad said, "What's up?" Hell, nice views. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Yeah, man. Hell, man. Hell to you, brother. Thank you. Listening while editing. That's what's up, man. Culture Casino, what's going on, brother? How's it going, man? Oh, man. It's great to have you here, Culture. Man. Yeah. But there you go. Just to think, man, it was 50 cents when it came out. Done by the great George Perez. Yeah. It's crazy because with that, the guy that sold it to me, He put that in between like two comic books and sent it my way. And this is one of them right here. He sent me this. Like I don't collect Batman or no shit like that, but he gave me this. I don't know, man. I looked at that shit and was like, would DC do it justice? You know what I'm saying? Like I remember the original run of like the Batman the animated series comics, but so it's issue number one. I think I'll give it a read and let you know, let you guys know if it's worth checking out or not. But I'm highly skeptical. I just was like, it was $4 too. So, and then this is a pretty sweet cover, uh, which is actually issue number two. Batman: The Adventure Continues, issue number two. Like I said, a pretty badass cover. If I do say so myself, I'm not gonna act like, oh, I don't like it or the shit ain't cool. It's a nice cover, man. Yeah, it's pretty fucking sweet, man. Very nice cover. Yeah, the artist did his thing on it, man. That's if I was the artist, I'd have framed the original fucking one. I'd have autographed that motherfucker, framed it, and threw that shit on the fucking wall. Like DC wouldn't be keeping the original. Fuck that. If I was the original artist, DC wouldn't be keeping the original. Fuck that. Not at all. Not at all. Not on that one. Holy shit. Yeah, but that's for $20, and I think I paid like what, $3, $4 for shipping and handling to get this comic book and these two extras. Not bad. And this is the thing. Now, if there's anything you want, and I've shopped so much online, I didn't look at anybody's like strategies or whatever. And I'm not saying, oh, I'm the like online buying, online king when it came to whenever I dealt with auction, buying shit online with the auctioning and everything. But man, whenever you think you find a good deal, always remember that there's always someone out there that has a better deal. Always remember that. When you think you found something good, there's always someone out there that has something better. You just got to keep looking. Just got to keep looking. You'd be surprised. Don't settle for the first 15, 20 things you see on whatever you're looking for and be like, oh, I'll just pick out of this. Because if you'd have looked down a little further, went down 40, 50, hell, you're spending your money. Why not see who has what out there? And I'm not telling you to be a cheapskate, but at the same time, there's things out there. And I bought too much, I bought enough shit to know the difference that you can definitely find some good shit out there. Now, I'll give you an example. I spent $3 on this comic book. And it's funny that this is a 3 comic book story arc. In DC Comics, it was issue 183, 184, and 185. It's the first time Darkseid ever faces the Justice League, ever. And when they defeated him, it took the Justice League of America, the Justice Society of America, and the New Gods to all defeat Darkseid. So when they show him in like these movies or these cards, he's more powerful than what you can imagine. So this is autographed by George Perez. And it's funny because out of issue 183, 184, and 185, I have 185 autographed by George Perez. Now I got 184 autographed by George Perez. So in that 3 comic book story arc, I got 2 of those issues autographed by George Perez. So let's check it out. You know, I ain't scared to open this shit up, you know. I'm not. I know other people be out here with gloves and shit. I don't got sweaty palms, so I ain't worried about it. But there you have it. Autographed by George Perez. May he rest in peace. Great artist. One of the best in the comic book industry ever. One of the best, not the best, but he's definitely top 5, top 10. So, and he's the gentleman that created Starfire, Raven, and Cyborg. So, $3. Yeah, man. Now, who would think that somebody be selling a George Perez autographed Justice League comic book of the importance of the first time Darkseid fights the Justice League ever, and you find it autographed for $3? Like, ooh, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit. You know, $3. That's the shipping and handling costs more than how much you pay for the comic book. You know what I'm saying? Steve, what's up? What's going on, Steve? How's it going, brother? Here we go. All right. So that's gorgeous. I appreciate that. Yeah, man. That's some good looking stuff, man. Um, who's my number one artist? Hmm. All the way around, shit. It would have to be probably around maybe George. I mean, but then you got Alex Ross, and then you got Neil Adam. And then come on, man, Jack Kirby. I mean, I don't know. It's tough. Like when you got, you know, but I mean, I think George Perez. That's the thing. It's like some of the people, other artists were maybe like an acquired taste over time. You know, once you're able to appreciate the art and everything else. I think from the start, even like looking at George Perez and his art from the beginning, it was something that it was like nobody looked at George's shit and was like, man, maybe now I don't like it, whatever the fuck else. It's like, George wasn't like an acquired taste. Like George, and Neil Adam had that appeal too. And of course, there's like Jim Aparo. I mean, and then I mean, of course, like Marvel had a lot, some same artists, but Marvel had a lot of good shit going on over there too. So, of course, I'm more of a DC guy, but no offense, no, not like that. But so I'm gonna show y'all something. Let me take a little swig of water. If you guys are familiar with Golden Key Comics, um, I have almost close. I'm closing in on almost a full run of the Star Trek Golden Key comic book collection. I would have to say that I probably have about maybe 2/3, maybe a little bit more than 2/3 of the collection of the whole run. And I love Golden Key. Golden Key is a very they've come back in the last like what year or two. They've come back, but it's not the same. It's not the same Golden Key. They came back with like a Boris Karloff comic book run stories, on characters based on Boris. But this is the thing. So I found an autographed Golden Key comic of H&R Puff and stuff. Now, the thing about this comic book is that, let's see, I want to make sure I get this gentleman's name correct. Now, the thing about this comic book is that the gentleman that drew this comic is mainly the main is mainly the main artist of the Golden Key. Like this guy who autographed this comic is one of the main artists of mostly all the major Golden Key comics ever made by Golden Key. So but this is, gentlemen, I'm trying to. Here it goes right here. Now, if you look at this art, this is the same kind of art that you get in almost every Golden Key comic. And the thing is, it's very hard to find the autograph of the gentleman that actually draws original Golden Key comics. And this comic book here, yep, it's had its moments. Like this comic book here is not in the greatest condition if you look at it. I mean, shit, you could see like it's had its moments, but the autograph was what I was more invested in. And it's like, well, would I find a Golden Key comic in mint condition with this guy's autograph? And this is the thing, back in those days, a lot of trust me, it took like some part of the 70s, especially like in the 80s, 90s, it started becoming more where comic book artists and writers and everything else were actually autographing their own shit. It took a while for them to start. They weren't just doing that shit right off the top. So there's a lot of people that have passed away that were great artists, writers, and everything, and you'll never catch your autograph on none of these comic books ever. Because to them, and some of them never even took that shit. Some of them took it. It was a job to some people. So for them to sit there and somebody with appreciation comes up to them, hands them the comic book, and tells them, "Here, can you autograph this?" A lot of folks didn't get that opportunity to do that. So, this this is something here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, George Perez, Wonder Woman has been the Titans were awesome. Yeah, it was. Just yeah, man. I mean, so I wish the Canadian comic scene was good as the American one. Well, you know what, man? The Canadian comic book scene, they have some pretty damn good art, man. Uh, you know, me, I didn't get to appreciate uh, comic books that were coming out of like Canada, different parts of the world. There's comic books everywhere that come from you wouldn't even believe. And I don't know. I guess it just took for me to grow up some to look at stuff and be like, you know what? There's a lot of places around the world that have like fantastic fucking art, man, and great comic book art and the whole nine. So yeah, you know, Canada has they're doing good out there, man. Puff and stuff, yeah, man. Yeah, actually, the Golden Keys did do a lot of you know, I would have to say this. Golden Key Comics, when it came to Golden Key Comics actually making their comic book adaptation of a show or a movie or whatever, they always stayed true to what you saw on the TV screen. It wasn't their fucking adaptation or how they feel like, and actually Marvel did that. Marvel, give an example, uh space damn, I forgot the where Machine Man is from. What's that? The damn, it's eluding me, but uh was it Space Odyssey? Is that what I'm thinking about? Yeah, I'm thinking Space Odyssey 2001. Thank you. It was Space Odyssey. So my whole point is that when you look at the movie and then you go and you read Marvel's version of Space Odyssey 2001, Marvel just took the name and did whatever the fuck they wanted to do with it and called it Space Odyssey 2001. Was it cool? Yes, it was. Was the art awesome? Yes, it was. We got Machine Man out of there. The whole thing was cool, but it wasn't the movie. Let's be honest, it just wasn't. So, in that sense, there's a comic book company that can take something and say, you know what, we're gonna do an adaptation, blah blah blah, and it'd be shit that you like. Even Star Wars, Marvel Star Wars, they added a bunch of shit to their Star Wars series that you never saw in any of the movies. But thankful, thank God it didn't take away from anything. But as far as like changing it up, adding shit, comic book companies sometimes they did the properties justice, and sometimes they didn't. It's crazy because I own a couple. I need to get the whole series of Space Odyssey 2001, and I do have a couple of Machine Man comics as well. I got like the first issue. I got the first appearance. I need a better copy of the first appearance, which is Space Odyssey 2001, issue number 8, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, Means of Destruction. What's going on, brother? I'm just showing off comics and different things. Uh, Showing off this Puff and Stuff comic. Let me see. Now, This gentleman is called Roger Armstrong. All right, that's why I was trying to figure out. Uh, yeah, he died in 2007. So this is Roger Armstrong. Matter of fact, he did the pencil and the inks for this comic, and it looks like damn, he drew for Bugs Bunny. He drew a lot of shit. So yeah, so so basically, if you look up Roger Armstrong for Golden Key Comics, uh, he's the artist and the inker for all this. And like I say, this comic book has seen better days, but where you're gonna find a Roger Armstrong, like I said, and he played his part in comic book history, and he was the artist for Golden Key. How many artists for Golden Key are you gonna find having an autographed comic? And again, it's like damn near this guy damn near gave it away. Like I say, you'd be surprised, man. So if you look up Roger Armstrong, you're gonna see that's who autographed this. Oh man. So yeah, that's yeah. So along with that, dude, for a little over 20, like I just like maybe for like the comic books and shipping, I probably paid like $30. Look at what I got for $30. This is an original Charleston Comics, not Modern Comics, because Modern Comics took this and reprinted it, and people are trying to sell them like it's original Peacemaker comics. It's not. Uh, okay, the X Men, Proteus, and darker than the X Men '90s. Chris Claremont and John Burns run was awesome. Yup, Colossus and Wolverine and Banshee and Storm and Nightcrawler and Jean Grey and Cyclops. Yup, they were fired. Yup, fucking. I'm in now. What's the X Men looking like now, man? It's like fuck. I hate to see what happened to the X Men. Early Peacemaker, nice, yeah. From Charleston, yeah. Charlton Comics, yep. So look, now, like I said, this was like maybe $28 or some shit like that. So I got this, right? So I got this issue number one. And if you look up how much these original Peacemakers are, they're not cheap. But I'm gonna tell you something. I've went after these so many times and couldn't afford them. And I had a chance to fucking it. This what I'm from this last Peacemaker to this one and everything else I'm going to show you. This is what I got for like $28. You're gonna be like, what the fuck? Exactly. That's why I'm saying it's like pandemic prices, man. You'd be surprised. And even with me looking up some shit, prices haven't changed none. It's funny. When John Cena got cast for the role of Peacemaker, he tells James Gunn, "Hey, I'm going to go ahead and fuck around. I'm going to buy the whole Peacemaker comic book collection so I can read the comic book and you know get familiar with who the character is. And James Gunn told him, nah, don't do that shit. Don't worry, we're gonna make up his personality, his motivations, whatever. We're gonna make that shit up as we go. The fuck out of here, man. Who does that? I don't know, man. When someone says they're a fan of some shit, and then when they get a chance to work on it, they change it the fuck up. I mean, how much of a fan were you to begin with? I don't know. I don't get that shit, but maybe that's me, right? Check this shit out, man. Yeah, they're the X-Men now. Yup. Shit, if you look at what they did with Professor X, they're about to cut him completely out of the X-Men for good. From what I'm understanding, that's what they're working towards right now, dude. So basically, without Professor X, what the fuck are the X-Men? Like, what the fuck is that, man? Like, Marvel's went to shit. But yeah, look at the art, man. It's fucking Charlton Comics, man. Some cool shit. Now, you would have thought those four comic books would have been enough for what you would have gotten for that kind of money, right? But wait, there's more. Check this shit out. This is all within that 20 something bucks that I spent. These are original Blue Beetle comics. And a lot of these, again, were reprinted because, if I'm not mistaken, you know, Charleston, they sold their shit out to Modern, and Modern took all these stories and reprinted the fuck out of them. And again, so this is some of the original. Actually, Vigilante, Cena did push up the price when they did the Suicide Squad, and when they did the Suicide Squad, and they ended up doing the Peacemaker show, that ended up actually uh, picking up the price. Now the comic book's even more expensive. Yeah, yeah, you're right. That's exactly what happened, and that's why I was surprised that I was able to get it at these comics at the price that I got them for. But again, this is an original Blue Beetle. Uh, I can't believe I forgot his fucking last name. I'm thinking about Ted Grant. I'm thinking about all these different kind of Teds, and I'm forgetting this Blue Beetle's last name. Ted Cord. My bad, Ted Cord. So, and of course, this is the original Blue Beetle right here. Yeah. So, yeah. Again, that's comic book number 5. Boom. I get another. So I'm getting, yeah, I'm like I said, you'd be surprised what kind of deals you find out there. And the art is fucking amazing. So if you're a fan of the original Blue Beetle, or the second Blue Beetle, Ted Cord, definitely some good shit. So yeah, and I love Golden Age, Silver Age, and I own some Golden Age comics. Now I'm still not done. So before that series, there were these. Look at this, man. Now this is the original Blue Beetle. And all this for 20 something bucks, man. 12-cent comics. Shit. Yeah, man. And this is the last one. Look at that art though, man. That shit is fucking vibrant and old school. Love it, man. Now, when Ted Cord finally came to DC Comics, I have that run. Those were some damn good. Those were some damn good books right there. Now I have that, and just to be able to get the original Blue Beetle, get the Ted Cord Blue Beetle comics that are Charlton comics. Like I said, the reprints are on Modern Comics, and yeah, I never did like too much of anything coming from Modern Comics, but those are the originals. So I was thankful for that. You know what I'm saying? Very thankful for that. Yeah, appreciate that, Vigilante. Yeah, Ted Cord. Yup. Yeah, to Titan. Yeah, the Titans. Yeah, Conan the Barbarian. Fucking love Conan, man. He says, I started reading comics late, and now I can read a lot of good comics and survive this current state of comics. Yeah, man, fuck, man, it's bad. Like this the current state of comic books is fucking horrible, man. Yup. Uh, yup. The original and the new one. Yup. Blue Beetle. It says, oh, that says Magno Man. Thought it was Macho Man for a second. Yeah, that caught me off guard too, man. Yeah, one thing about old comics is that they get faded, and the ones you pick are very vibrant colors. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That's the thing, man. It's it ain't easy having getting them all in great condition, and of course, right? Nowadays I've seen people take old comics, press them, do all kinds of shit, bring the color back to it, make the fucking comic book look like it just got spit out of some comic book press. The things people can do to take an old comic and I don't know, I guess refurbish might be I don't know if that's a good word for it, but sit there and make a old shitty comic book have some kind of value to it. You know, in the last like 10, 15 years, you'd be surprised the steps that people have went through to preserve old comics and to try to like get a lot of the yellow staining out of the paper and straighten out the covers and basically put a beat up ass comic book back together. It's amazing how people can doctor that shit up now. And that's a talent, especially when it comes to trying to like preserve an old comic that somebody would have just rather would have said fuck it and just throw it out, throw it in the trash. You don't have to do that no more. And the thing is, the way they're starting to clean up these old beat up ass comic books that like the comic book beat up ain't worth shit. But if you could sit there and actually get an old beat up comic book and have somebody with some skills that could sit there and press the fuck out of it, get everything, clean it up and whatever, you just turned a comic book that wasn't worth shit. You just added $100, sometimes two, depending on how old the comic is and what. I seen people turn beat up ass comic books into gems. Oh, my bad. There was one other Blue Beetle comic book that I forgot to show y'all. My bad. It was this one. And this was a part of the deal too. My bad. I didn't fucking grab it. So what's that? Like maybe what, 9, like 10 comics? All that shit for 20 something bucks. And these are all original Charlton. My whole point, man, there's deals like this out there for everybody to fucking grab. You don't have to sit there and spend a shitload of money to have old school quality shit. And at the same time, you don't have to have someone's old beat up ass comic book collection at the same time. You can get decent comics, you know, of course they're a lot older. So I mean, you know, it ain't easy, but it's out there and it's possible. That's all I'm saying, man. So if I can do it, it's possible for anybody to find some real good shit at a cheap price, that a deal that you wouldn't even believe you'd come across. You look hard enough, you'll come across that unbelievable ass deal. And it's not like, oh, it's too good to believe, you know, it's too good to believe in or whatever the fuck. Because if that's the case, I wouldn't have had this shit, and I wouldn't have had none of this shit that I'm about to show y'all if that was the case. So all I'm saying, it doesn't cost an arm and a leg to own something or to have something. That's my point. You know, that's my point. Now, this is fucking awesome. Now, this is this thing is thick as fuck. So this came out only like in this format, this particular comic, and this is like new stories of Super Friends. Kind of came out, of course, like in a one-shot graphic novel style deal here, and it was autographed by a lady called Ramona Fradon. For those who don't know who Ramona Fradon is, she used to draw the original Super Friends comic books back in the 70s. So she was the artist for the, you know, when the Super Friends comic books were out back then. I mean, when the cartoon was out, she was the one drawing the comic books. Now, she worked for DC Comics for over 50 years. She was one of the original artists for the original run of Aquaman back in the 1960s. And she's also the co-creator of Metamorpho. So the new Superman movie is going to show Metamorpho. She is the co-creator of Metamorpho. And that's Ramona Fradon. And this is her autograph right here. So just letting you guys know what's up with that. You know, pressing and taking off dirt for old comics is okay, but adding color is a big no-no. Yeah, I know it's just one of those things. Like, you know, when a guy is pressing and doing his own comic book, you know, what can you really say? You know, but then what I've seen people do with it, holy shit, it's like, fuck, it's like night and day sometimes, man. The way they cold press it and everything else, it's like, wow. Paper quality is different, you know, 80 till now. Yeah, the paper, yep, from like 80 to now. Yep, the paper quality's changed quite a bit, man. You know, because of course, you know, like when comic books were first made, they were done like on newspaper, man. Comic books were made to be read and thrown away. It was just nobody took them shit serious, man. So the people read them shits, they balled them up, put it in their back pocket. Kids used to ball them shits up, wrap them shits around their bicycles so that when they fucking roll down the street, it'll make this fucking noise up against the spokes of their bicycles and shit like that. They did that shit with baseball cards. They did that shit with comic books. And fuck, between comic books and fucking newspaper, that was the shit that they were lacing up the bottom of bird cages. They'll beat the dog's ass with it. It was like all kinds of shit that I'm just being real. Like fucking comic books, newspapers, magazines. Like nobody was really collecting them shit. So to see something preserved, especially from like I have some preserved World War II comics, like 1930s or 40s comic books that look like they could have been pressed yesterday. Captain Marvel, the Marvel family. And I don't know how they survived to get into my hands unscathed the way they've been. But man, it ain't easy to get some shit that's almost 100 years old. sent to you in damn near mint condition. I mean, who would have known how to like store some shit if they had no idea about how to preserve anything? So fuck. It's it's like, it's hard to get something in mint condition, man, that's old, man, when people that have been holding it, they're fucking keeping comic books in their garages or in the fucking attic, throughout all, every season. The comic, it deals with all kinds of weather and moisture and heat and dust and whatever the fuck else. I mean, humidity and all this other shit. You know, Nobody knew. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. And when did the backboard and plastic come out? When was that? Late 70s, early 80s? And even then, people are still having problems. Why? Because if you didn't switch out all your bags and backboards since then, discoloration, all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? Like trial and error, man. So again, you're lucky when you can, when you can come across shit, get autographs, come across the stuff you can, and it's in some kind of preserved, state. You could definitely appreciate that shit. Yeah, I got a tiny, I got a tiny feeling that skull can be Canelo. Hmm. You out of here, little spectator? Hey, take care of my brother. You be safe, man. Take it easy, man. And yeah, I'm definitely gonna take your word on the advice you gave me, man. Thank you, bro. So, and hopefully we can definitely game, man. Like I'm down, bro. Like now, I got a computer that can do a few things. So shit, anybody want to rock something online? Shit, let me know, man. Shit, fuck around on the computer, man. Definitely, man. There's a couple games I want to play online that I got to go for it, man. Gotta go for it. An original She-Hulk issue number one. Now, this motherfucker, She-Hulk is expensive, man. A decent issue number one, maybe what, 60, 70, maybe. Somebody might need some real quick cash and has a good copy that they're trying to sell for whatever the fuck so they can get a hold of something. That's the only way you're gonna get a fucking She-Hulk for cheap, man. Somebody got to be on some desperation shit, man. But normally you're not gonna find She-Hulk for cheap, man. Not issue number one, dude. Just being real, man. So with this, I caught somebody at a desperate time. That's the only way I was able to do this, man. To be honest, the way people charge for She-Hulk issue number one, I can't afford it, man. I can't. Normally, this is a fucking like a 100, like easily $100. I can't afford this, man. I can't, man. Just being honest, man. I can't afford this, man. Not being a cheapskate, not being cheap or no shit like that, but again, during hard times, you'd be surprised what people are willing to sell sell things for at this particular time. You just gotta look, man. It's there. Jedi Outcast game, Steam, stream in 30 minutes. There you go. That's what's up. Yeah. Yeah. Matter of fact, I'm about to get off here in a little bit myself, man. But yeah, man. In 30 minutes, in 10 minutes. Yeah, if you guys go head over, check out my brother Low Spec Linux laptop. Go check it out. Matter of fact, when I finish here, and I'm gonna go ahead and check you out, man, and then try to check out my man Vigilante here later on, man, tonight if he's streaming. But I definitely want to catch up with you, Low Spec, man, on the gaming tip, man. I know you can show me a thing or two, man. So definitely want to get with you, brother. But thank you, man. Thank you for being here, man. And shit, man, you enjoy the rest of your evening, man. Sometimes a friend needs a friend in need is a friend indeed. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. And I appreciate it, man. Like I said, you helped me out before, man. So I'm thankful for that. I didn't forget, man. And I still got all my games on my on my thing, man. So yeah, I thank you for that, man. So Glenson know who knows Canelo's kind of do, yeah. Yeah. It's funny, man, with that, She-Hulk ended up getting this. This was cheap. This was like $1 or $2. Fucking beautiful condition too, man. Like you look at it, like this shit's fucking, it's beautiful, man. You know, I'm gonna tell you something. Like when it comes to comic books, when it comes to a lot of older comics and the condition, I'm a stickler for the condition, man. But sometimes you got to bend a little bit when you know that you're getting something that you might not be able to find. Sometimes you gotta take a chance. Now, this comic book here, Miss Marvel issue #1, man. Now this comic, people they'll charge you for it. Now, if you get it raw like this, not or She-Hulk, if you can get them both without it being graded, that's your best bet. If you're trying to pick up a comic book, like I'll give you an example. Like let's say like for this comic book right here, I have this old bullshit ass. I have like a copy to read. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't give a fuck. I gotta take this shit and just I don't give a fuck. Like this is my reading copy. You know what I'm saying? Now this copy, I ain't beating this shit up. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, this is my reading copy. I don't give a you know what I'm saying? Like I'm putting my hands all over this one, but this one here untouched. You know what I'm saying? So, you know. Some people would look at what I just did and be like, no. But, yeah, that's why we compress them motherfuckers, right? That's why we compress them now. Shit. But I'm just letting you know, like, did the She-Hulk show lower the price? LOL. Surprisingly, no, it didn't. She-Hulk, believe it or not, still holds its value as a comic book. The thing is, She-Hulk still has a fan following, even though they fucked her up in like the last like 5-10 years. Everything that they've done before that, She-Hulk is still credited for, her old comics, the sensational She-Hulk, her run with the Fantastic Four, her run like in some of the Avengers comics, and that's before they made her woke and made her big as fuck, looking like the Hulk, and then they turned her. Yeah, man, they did all kind of shit to She-Hulk, man. Matter of fact, it's like right now Marvel is putting out this swimsuit issue. Believe it or not, all the characters in the swimsuit issue that Marvel's releasing this year are all they're fucking all fine as fuck, man. Like the way they're drawn and everything, you're not getting, big She-Hulk. You're not getting, this and that. You're getting the way you used to get the old school Marvel swimsuit issues back in the day, back in like the early 90s and shit like that. You're getting that again this year. So that's just one comic. I can't speak for nothing else they're doing. So Marvel's all fucked up. So yeah, man. But people still like She-Hulk. They still like her for nostalgic wise, and again for Miss Marvel, this comic book you still have to pay for it, even though the fucking movies were whack as fuck. You still got to pay for this comic, man. Like when you read the comic book is a good read. It's like even though they tarnish the character for modern audience, it still doesn't take away from the original Miss Marvel, Carol Danvers, and all that other shit. Like you still, you know, and I mean, hell, even then, I mean, I still got like a nice fucking, you know, still got like a whole fucking run of like fucking Miss Marvel comics, the original Miss Marvel. Like it's some good shit, man. Like, fuck, man. Like, and I mean, I remember when they turned into Warbird. Shit, she was still fucking awesome. I mean, look at the art, man. Like that's her fucking fighting vision. Motherfuckers can't even draw like this anymore. That's a shame, man. It's like it's like not even like it's like it's not even only like comic book quality. It's like movies and TVs. It's like everything's going back, man. It's like I don't know. Who would have thought in 2025 that we possibly would have seen the best in comics, movies, TV shows, video games, and everything else. Like the best has already came and gone. I don't know if there's more left to come. You know, show me something. Like it's time. It's time for the entertainment industry as a whole, everything to fucking. It's time for them to surprise us, man. Like shit, shit ain't looking good, man. Like like motherfuckers need a resurgence in something, man. And it's like shit's fucked up, man, in comics and everything else. So basically, if you can't enjoy what's out there right now, the best thing for you to do is to go back. That's the only thing, and that's what a lot of people had to do in order to get through from watching whack ass movies and TV shows and reading woke comics and you know fucking playing bullshit ass video games that are trying to preach to you while you're fucking pressing the X button on your fucking PlayStation controller and shit. What do, man? Trust me, there's a lot of fucking comic books old and basically like before the last fucking 10, 15 years or whatever. There's a lot of comic books that you haven't read that you can probably get to now. So there's a lot of shit you wanted to like watch, movies you wanted to catch up on. You know, the thing is when it comes to entertainment, we still haven't gotten out of the COVID experience of how we're getting our fucking comic books and entertainment and all this other shit. We're still getting preached to. Fucking Joel is still getting his ass whooped by Abby in the fucking TV show, the way he got fucking stomped in the fucking video game. Like now we get to watch that in live action. Like, what are we getting, man? Fuck. I don't know, man. This is fucked up, man. This is wild as shit, man. Yeah. Let me see. My bad, man. Yeah, they did reprints, but that old comic book smell can never be reproduced. You so right about that, man. I did sub to your channel, Low Spec and Vigilante Wilson. Good night, guys. Oh man, are you out of here, Muhammad? You take it easy, brother. You be safe, man. Not many heroes debuted in their own comic book. She-Hulk is one. That's true. You're right about that, man. Carol Danvers was hot when she was Miss Marvel and Warbird. Yup, today she's cooked. You, yeah, you sure right about that, man. But again, you always got to remember when it comes to old shit, if it's good, it's good. That's the old saying. Don't ever put don't ever put age on anything. Always remember, if something's good and it's timeless, that's the whole thing, man. Age doesn't define what makes anything good or not. If it's good, it's good. And if you can't swallow or digest the bullshit that's out today, just go back, man. Nothing wrong with that. Thank God there's physical media for mostly everything that's out there. If not, you can catch it on YouTube or find it somewhere on the web. There's old TV shows that never even been put out by the companies that produced them and made them, distribute them in the whole nine. But there's people that have recorded shows that the companies that own them will never ever release ever, and you can still find those shows on in seasons. Give an example. Linda Carter and Lonnie Anderson, they had a TV show together where they were both detectives when they were their fucking finest back in what, early 80s. And if you look up Linda Carter, Lonnie Anderson detective show, and you hit shopping, like you find out the name of the show, I forgot the name of the fucking show, you look it up and you type in the name, you hit shopping, you Google the name, you hit shopping. That show isn't released by I don't know who put it. I don't know if it's ABC, NBC, CBS. I don't know who the fuck put out that show. But that show would never be released by its parent company. The only people, like somebody recorded it on VHS and decided to turn that show, and you can buy the season of what that show is right now. And somebody in the chat, somebody can Google the shit. They can tell you what that show is. Both of them fine as fuck, running around being detectives. Shit like that. When you see shit like that, you got to pick up shit like that. Why? Because you're not going to get it nowhere else. And there's people out here that have this kind of shit recorded, and they're sitting there putting it on DVD, slapping a cover on it, and selling it to us. You could buy that shit. I think if I remember when I saw it was like what, $20, $25 to buy that whole thing in DVD form. And people don't even know they fucking had a show together. That's what I'm talking about, man. Yep. You're right, Vigilante. You can go back and make your own too. They don't take chances anymore. That's another thing that's fucking killing them, man. Partners in Crime. That's what it is. And only season 1, sadly. Yep. Partners in Crime. That's what it was. And I'm telling you, you look at them in that show, holy shit. But it is what it is, man. So, pick up your physical media, when you can. Enjoy what you have. When you see good deals out there, don't be afraid to go after them, man. Always check out your thrift stores, your local, your pawn shops, your moms and pop spots. Even check out old bookstores and shit like that. Barnes and Nobles, whatever. A lot of these places have like used fucking DVD sections. Go, just fucking go, man. And if you don't look, you don't know what you'll find. And when you go look, don't search in 1, 2 places. Just look all over the place, man. Just give wherever you're at, give it one good look over. Make sure you don't got to be, thorough like that, but just look, look around, see, you'd be surprised what you'll find in the fucking corner over there if you don't look. So go take a look, man. Make a day of it, man. Go out, man. Enjoy the weather. Have fun, man. It's the thrill of the hunt. You know, that's the shit I miss, man. And I miss, the way I miss doing that is the way I miss being here with y'all. And, you know, showing y'all, shit that I've, collected and this and that. I miss that shit, man. And like I said, I miss doing this with y'all, man. So, you know, I only plan to be here for like an hour, hour and a half, and I'm almost close to 2 hours. So with that, I know it's getting late. Uh, definitely want to say thank y'all to everybody that's here still watching. Y'all subscribed, toughed it out with your boy for the last few years. Uh, being here with me, being down with your boy and everything, man. I'm gonna come back doing videos, doing a bunch of shit, man, and just be about what brought us all here together. That's having fun, showing off our shits, talking comic book history, doing what we do, best, man. And yeah, man. And if you can't have fun doing this shit, then what is it worth? So with that, I want to say I love you guys. Y'all take it easy, man. Appreciate y'all, supporting me, man. I'm gonna try to build this shit back up, you know. And again, sometimes we're down, and sometimes we get knocked down, and sometimes people might think that you've given up, but don't ever give up. And as many times as you've been knocked down, it ain't about that. It's always about what you do to get back up, man. And that's what this is, man. It's me getting back up, man. So y'all take it easy, man. Love you guys. And before I go, let me see. Same for Freddy's Nightmare. It's never been released officially. Yeah, man. And yeah, man. We need to get a hold of that, man. Shit like that. There's a lot of things out there, man. And there's a lot of things that went to VHS that'll never be released on Blu-ray. So if you don't get it on VHS or somebody doesn't give you a copy of that Partners in Crime like that shit ain't. I don't even think that's even being released on VHS. So that person that's selling that season one, that's the only thing like in existence. That's all that's there, man. So get it while you can, man. Like that's good shit. I bet you. And I watched the episode. I think they had an episode on YouTube. I watched it. And I was like, you know what? I really do need to get this. I need to get this in my collection, man. And the only way is that dude that's selling it on fucking, he's selling it on on DVD or whatever. Like that's his version of the shit. That's the only way we can get it. So what do you do? Not right now, but eventually. So Madam's Place, yup, also never been released. And Judy Landers was hotter than the sun in that show. Yup. You show right, brother. You show right. But Guns are my man, and everybody out there, I'm gonna go take off. I need to go eat, and everything else. So just want to let you guys know that I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. Thank you, Glenzer, and thank you everybody else that's watching this, you know, now and for the future. Thank y'all for y'all love and support. So holla at your boy, and I'll be back next time. It's time for me to start dropping videos. There's a lot of interesting shit going on out there, and it's time to talk about that too. So y'all take it easy. Holla at your boy. Take care. I got more shit to show y'all, but that'll be for the next go around. So y'all take it easy, and I love y'all, man. And always remember, holla at your boy, man. Y'all take it easy, man. Oh, I know you still here, Steve. You take care, man. And I need to get with you, Steve. So, hey, thank you for coming by, and thank you for coming again, man. Y'all take care. Y'all be safe. I'll let y'all next time. Peace. Y'all have a good night, man. And peace.